Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to One Senior Source Utah Radio on AM 860, Utah's Big Talker. We're going to be talking with Jenny Fry from Birch Creek Home Care and Hospice, and also Craig Clayson from Security National Mortgage Corporation. I'm Michelle Rowley, and I have Dennis Rowley here with me.
Hi, everyone. I talked in the very beginning of the show about caregiver burnout and how that is a very real syndrome, and it's out there, and it's dangerous. I mean, it's about 20% of the caregivers actually die before the person that they're caring for, and that's the reason they're caring for them, is that they're generally very sick. And one of the most amazing resources I have seen out there is free respite care, and I'm talking with a provider of that, and that's Jenny Fry from Birch Creek Home Care and Hospice. How are you, Jenny?
I'm doing great today. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. So, Jenny, just give us kind of a brief overview on caregiver burnout, and then let's talk about your free respite care.
Okay. A lot of times when you're caring for a loved one, especially maybe an elderly spouse or an elderly parent, it wears on you emotionally, physically, and oftentimes you don't seek the care that you need in order to keep yourself healthy. So as you're caring for your loved one, you're actually getting sicker than they are.
Can you give us some of the signs that people should be watching for in themselves or someone else that they care about that's taking care of someone that's ill?
There can be a lot of different signs, so you need to know what you're really looking for is for a change. So whether they have a change in appetite, a change in their sleeping patterns, let's say they are getting sick a lot more than they used to. Maybe they're not taking care of themselves, as in, getting their hair done and making sure they're ready to go. Maybe it's just they get irritated very easily when taking care of their loved one. That's kind of the biggest sign for most people is when they notice that they're a lot shorter with their loved one, or they just get irritated a lot easier.
I did notice with my mother-in-law, she was a lot less happy-go-lucky toward the end.
Yes, and just kind of, not as kind and gentle as they used to be. That is a big sign, because we often do that out of frustration, is we kind of get short with people and not necessarily take it out on them, but maybe not treat them as we normally would. Look for that sign first. But everybody's a little bit different. And so any sort of change, maybe they're losing weight and maybe they're just tired more and want to sleep most of the day, that would be a big sign.
So, Jenny, tell us a little bit about one of the ways to avoid that, which I know is something you provide, which is free respite care.
One of the biggest things that I offer when someone is experiencing caregiver burnout is a moment for themselves. You know what? You always need time to take care of yourself, whether that's going to your own doctor's appointments. You know what? Maybe just sitting in the house alone where it's quiet and you can just sit there, Maybe you can go get your hair done and go shopping, that sort of stuff. So the biggest way to combat it is free time for yourself. And so one thing that we offer is we offer a free caregiver respite program in Weber, Morgan, and Davis counties so that you can take that time for yourself.
And what kinds of things do you do with?
We have a program director, and she's over all of them, and it depends on who's coming. We get to know each one of the clients as they start coming, and we look for things that they enjoy and that will keep them interactive. So, for instance, on Fridays we have a group of men that come, and they love to play pool. So we make sure that on Fridays we play pool with them. I think on Wednesdays we have a group of ladies who like to do crafts, and so we really tailor it to who is coming and what will help them best.
So it's not just a matter of like daycare dumping someone off. They're getting to go and do something that's going to be enriching for them too.
Right. We have games. We have puzzles. We do crafts. Every day is a little bit different. We deal a lot with dementia, and so we gear a lot of what we do towards helping them keep their cognitive abilities. So we'll do some memory games and we'll do some matching games and stuff like that to keep that ability going. We really try to make it an interactive program for stuff they really need instead of going someplace and they're just sitting in front of a TV. We actually do not have TVs, and so we're doing activities.
Now, the other part of that is, and this is really a big one, I saw this when I was out recording the TV that day, is that just the interaction of other people and other people sort of at the same stage of life.
Right. We often think that, you know what, well, I hear it all the time. I hear the caregiver say, you know what, they won't like it. I'm telling you, they won't like it. And I always just say, you know what, bring them. You'll be surprised. And you'll see those that come, they'll open up and they'll start talking and they interact with each other and they become best of friends. One time just recently we had a cute man that had left for the summer and went with his family. Well, he just came back. And all the people that have been going with him, when he showed up, how excited they were to see him and happy that he was back with them. We don't think that, as we age that we need that social interaction, but we do. It is a huge part of our life, and they want, our loved ones want that as much as we do.
That's really, really true. I've seen that with my dad and his facility. So Jenny, we've just got just like 20 seconds left. Your website?
www.birchcreek.com, and that's BURCHCREEK.com.
And your phone?
801-452-6066.
Great. And thank you so much for coming on, Jenny.
Thank you.
If you didn't get that information, you can call us at 844-981-0099, or you can email me, Dennis at oneseniorsource.com, or visit the website, oneseniorsource.com.